yeah, the Democrats have no spine. If they had a spine, they would replace the guy who has a very, very, very low percentage chance of winning with a person who has a much higher percentage chance of winning. There's no chance that Joe Biden can win.
He says we have to replace Biden with some unspecified candidate who has a better chance of winning. He claims that Trump is way ahead in the polls and Biden has no chance of winning. First of all, polls months out before the election have no predictive value. It is not true that the polls show Trump way ahead and other candidates with a better choice of winning. The most recent poll just came out today, July 9, 2024, an independent poll from the highly respected Emerson College. Trump and Biden tied 50% to 50. Compare that to these so-called other candidates who have a better chance of winning. Harris was down 6 points. Whitmer was down 10 points. Newsom was down 8 points. He claims that I say Joe Biden gives the Democrats the only chance of winning. I didn't say Joe Biden alone gives the Democrats their best chance of winning. The Democrats need to preserve the incumbency key and the party contest key. And I said there is a plan B, that if in fact the Democrats and critics like you force Biden out, you can still preserve the two keys, having Biden resign the presidency. That would make Harris the president, tick off the incumbency key, and as the sitting president, she would be the consensus choice at the convention. You would then tick off the contest key.
This is a fact of American politics. If you're
So it's very interesting that this guy who has apparently a really good track record at predicting elections is saying the same thing that I was saying, that I've been saying from the beginning. This guy is a professional. This is what he has been doing for decades. He knows politics. He knows the political process, elections. He's far more knowledgeable than I am in that space. But yet, somehow we both arrived at the same conclusion. What could explain this? Because it can't just be coincidence. My skill set is in analysis. I've worked for some of the largest and most successful global corporations in the world. The work that I do requires meticulous precision and accuracy, because small mistakes that I make can result in massive damage. We're talking about in the billions of dollars. Small mistakes that I potentially make could result in the ending of a business. I could literally be the cause of a business going bankrupt, and just for tiny mistakes. This is the world that I've lived in for over 20 years. And it is this skill set of analysis, objective analysis, attention to detail, ability to break down complex data. I used those skills to assess the situation, and I came to the same conclusion as this guy, who again is much more knowledgeable than I am. Simple, deductive reasoning. We all agree that Joe Biden is a horrible candidate. Right now, I am leaning towards the Democrats losing if they keep Joe Biden. I don't want Joe Biden to be president. I think he's too old. I don't think he's competent enough anymore. I didn't want him to be elected in the first place. I feel that replacing him would be the way to go. But I ignored that and looked at the data. And exactly what this guy just said is what I found myself. First step in talking about replacing Biden must involve specifically identifying who you should replace him with. This has been a big point I keep repeating. And this guy brought it up as well. He brought up the point that he notices how Cenk does not specify who is this amazing candidate that would give us better chances. He's just giving us a black hole right? It's just blackness. This vague idea of like, obviously any other Democrat would do better. And the Democrats are so dumb, and we should get somebody who's better and give us better chances. But who's that person? When you actually look at the alternatives and you look at what the data says about those alternatives, I found, as this guy found, and his data is more up to date than mine, that the other candidate, first of all, there is no other candidate that's going to give us a big boost. Doesn't exist currently. I'll even be more precise in my words, in accordance with how I would speak professionally. We have not identified a candidate that would give us the kind of advantage that Cenk is just pulling out of his ass as an idea, right? He's just giving us an idea, a vision. Imagine if we had a candidate that would do way better than Joe Biden. Obviously, that'd be the way to go. Problem is, who is that candidate? We have not identified such a candidate. In my view, what it would take to replace Joe Biden and get a significant advantage, because you could win after replacing Joe Biden. I think there's some candidates that may give you a 1 or 2 point advantage. And since a lot of people are going to turn out to vote to stop Trump, the alternatives could win. The problem is the juice is not worth the squeeze. The idea of putting up all these unknowns, the risks of the chaos of swapping out Joe Biden, abandoning Kamala Harris, massive risks involved in doing that. Why would you do that for maybe a 1 point advantage? But potentially, you could lose 2 points as a result of the chaos, as a result of running a 3-month campaign. The Young Turks really needs Donald Trump to win. They're struggling. All their videos have these ads about support the channel, support the channel. I looked at their metrics. It's not a scam. They are legitimately struggling. And 100%, they would get a massive boost if Donald Trump won, if he does a fraction of the stuff that the Young Turks claims that he's going to do. So it's very interesting that the Young Turks is spending a lot of time being very reckless, talking about a strategy without being very specific, just throwing out an idea, which just so happens to lean in the direction of helping Donald Trump to win, which would be financially beneficial for them. This is the Debate Me channel. Debate me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Be well.